Okay, so yes, we are testing a feature. Yeah, we're just testing stuff out. So yeah, so now we are looking, or we are now streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So for you guys that are watching on Facebook or YouTube, I cannot see those comments as of right now. I will be getting that fixed fairly soon, so I can see your guys' comments. I've got it pulled up on another window, so I'll check back and forth between those. So I'm able to answer some of those questions. So with this scene here that I've got pulled up is the one we've been doing with our live sessions. We used Gaia Pro to make our terrain. We used CTS to do all of our texturing. And we used ambient skies, and last time we were playing with ambient skies to get this really nice time of day effect. And we used Pegasus when we started capturing this this terrain here. I've got Sector in here now, so for those that were asking questions about Sector, if you guys still want to go over those, if I haven't answered them in Discord, we can go over them. So it's up to you guys. Checking if people were listening. Yeah, that's exactly right. I was checking and see if anybody's listening. But yeah, some do bizarre. Welcome back, buddy. Glad to see you in here. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. Let's see. Sector would be cool to see. All right. Yeah, we can go over Sector and check that out. Alright, so yeah, sorry, sometimes looking at, I have everybody pulled up, so I might stop and look down for a second just while I make sure I'm not missing anybody's questions. So yeah, so let's get into Sector. First thing we're going to pull up is we're actually going to just go ahead and pull up the demo scenes, because I think it's already nice put together and we can kind of talk and walk through them, right? And kind of break down what's going on here. I think that's kind of really important to do so. So, what are your guys' questions about Sector? Or is there any questions that you guys have off the top of your head on some of the issues maybe that you're having with Sector, kind of what Sector does, that sort of thing? How useful is Sector? Sector is very useful. I don't have anything specific. More just general how to make it work. Okay. World streaming for me. Okay, we can look at world streaming. So each part of Sector is very unique, right? Because there's a lot of different parts with Sector. So we have our Sector audio, which is our first one that I have pulled up here. And I think I've actually gotten quite a few questions on Sector audio. So that's one of the ones I really want to kind of talk about first, so we can get a really good idea. And then we'll just keep moving through the next parts and so on. So yeah, so with Sector audio and Sector in general, there's a few points that I really want to point out for maybe beginning users of Sector, or just some acknowledgement of how things work. So when you create these sectors here, they're separated by portals. Hey, thanks for the follow, buddy. Mr. PC666. nice name. So they are sectors here separated by portals, and most of the time these portals here are the ones that connect the rooms or connect sectors together, right? And some of the questions that I get sometimes is, well, every time I'm creating a sector, these sector portals aren't showing up. So why is that? So once you've created your sector, so this room right here, we'll call this room A, is our sector. It's completed. It's got these boxes in it, which are childs of that sector. And now we're wanting to add the portal into the hallway to go to the next room, right? So what we'll do is, if this sector right here, portal F, wasn't here, and we needed to then create this portal, right? So what would happen is, you're going to go on your asset hierarchy here. You're going to go right click, go to Procedure Worlds, Sector, Core, and then Portal. What this does is it allows you to draw your portal in here. So once we say, we'll take this this doorway here. Pow. Go up to here, pow. And what we're doing is we're just drawing the outline here of the portal, and you have to complete it. So now that the portal is complete, you have to hit all 4 of the intersecting parts. Once it's complete, what it's going to do is create this hull mesh here in your inspector, and this is your script right here. So this is what you're going to need when you're creating your sectors to each other. I hope that makes sense. So we're going to actually delete this, and we're just going to take a look here, and since we have this scene already put together, and kind of talk about it. So sector audio, to me, is great for, like, caves. I would say for caves. I really like using sector for, like, caves and stuff like that, or like houses, housing environments and stuff like that. So we're gonna hit play here. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear this audio as well. I'm gonna turn it down a bit. Okay, so if we take a look in the scene hierarchy, or the scene view on the left-hand side, we can see that versus the play mode on the right. So this first sector right here has obviously a rain environment attached to it, right? And while we're walking through here, you can notice this transition between the rain and then the chimes as you're walking through these portals, right? So it calms down, goes quiet, now it's wind chimes. Hold on 1 second, I'm gonna let this dog out here. For future IO on YouTube, will this make real world locations like 3D buildings, etc.? I mean, you can do it on 3D buildings, if that's what you're asking. Thanks, I appreciate that. Some dupes are. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, if you could do that for me, that'd be fantastic, so I don't have to switch back and forth. We're also live on Facebook too, if you want to pull from there as well. Check your Discord. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. Alright. So yeah, I don't, I'd imagine that'd be... I mean, you can use Sector for any of your Unity projects. And actually, Sector is now working with 2019.3. So, fantastic stuff. So, as we're walking through here on Sector, and you can see our camera in that top left-hand corner there. So, by default, the distance between the portals determines how the blends the sounds. So, I wonder here if we go. There's a way to visualize this, and I can't remember now, to be honest with you. So, okay, here it is right here. So, these are the blendings right here. And you can set that up to the way that you want. Right now, it's just a straight shot through. You can curve it. You can do all sorts of fun stuff here. I'm trying to remember now. Rain environment. Which I think you're up here. Yeah. So this is where we started. So if we take a look at this, I have to remember now. Ambience. Volume. Okay, so use one shot cues probability right here. The volume at which it plays, and then the interval within itself. And then there's your size and your element of where it's pulling from. Now, there is another way to do this. I'll have to look. I think that's might be in a different demo, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. But that is usually when you set that up. That's how that would look right there. And you can set it up in multiple different ways. I'm trying to remember. Aha, here it is. So, as you're walking through. This is full volume right here, and then it starts to like back off a bit, and this is where it starts to slow down. So you can see that curvature right here going. Right. And then as soon as you start hitting this room, you can see it playing in, cools off, and then bam, you're in the room. But actually it worked the other way around since you're going through here. Right, so each of these are set up kind of that way. And you can set it up any way that you would like to. So let's take a look. And then each of these, the reasons why I like it like this is because, like I said, when you're going through play mode like this, I think it's just simpler to do it this way. So a single background cue, or the more random one-shot cues, right, in this demo. Each room has a different audio environment. Notice when you walk between them, they seamlessly blend to one another, right? And that's kind of what we're showing off here. You hear the door from the door. Immediate change. No issue. We walk to another room. Immediate change. There's no, it's not splitting or anything like that. It's just flawless straight through. The follow through is pretty cool. I actually like the footsteps in here too. Besides those default ones. So yeah. Oh, I was paying attention to the scene. Sounds like you're walking on metal right over here. Right. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do here. So let's move on. We'll go to world streaming. Stream. Open world. Don't save. Alright, so we'll take a look here. I think, oh, that's our pip camera there. So let's try to see kind of what's going on here. This looks like a lot, doesn't it? Looks like a lot of trees. Alright, so when you're setting up world streaming, Alright. You're setting up streaming. To do this, we can actually open up a new one and I can show you directly how to do it. So what you'll do is you'll create your terrain, and then you'll stamp your terrain, and then do all that fun stuff. Create your size, add all your game objects, and all that fun stuff in there. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you're adding in everything that you're going to want inside your terrain before you sectorize it, right? Add your details, add your grass, add your trees, add your textures, add everything possible before you sectorize. And what this does is it separates it into the components that it needs, or into the sectors that it needs, so that way you're not running into this issue later. But this saves on performance when it comes to open worlds. There's a few more performance things that we can do to save performance or to optimize it, and we'll go over those in just a second. So let's take a look and see how this works, because I think this is a really important one. So what we do, how large is your world? I think this one, what was it? It's a fairly good size. I don't remember. This is actually one of the demo scenes. What we'll do is we'll actually just make a new one. Do a new scene. Go to Gaia Manager, and we'll just walk through this, right? So we're gonna create our terrain. Go to Gaia Manager, and then we're gonna go to, actually we'll just go Advanced. I think we had a question about this earlier on Discord, how to make multiple tiles. This is how you make multiple tiles right here. Granted, I am using Gaia Pro, so keep that in mind. But you can do this in Gaia 1 as well. So what we'll do is we'll just do a large, but we'll do it, I'm trying to think here. Let me make sure I pulled this up right. I want to do a certain size to kind of show you. Sorry guys, I want to check this out because I don't want to tell you wrong. So we'll go. Alright, so we'll go like this. We'll go, make sure, okay, we already made sure it was linear deferred. We'll go to an 8K, or 8192. And then we'll just create it that way. I think we'll just do it one by one. Custom, yeah, we'll leave it on custom, 1 by 1, 8192. Yes, we'll create that. So this will be in an 8K train. And then POW, that'll be fine. Don't need that yet. Alright. So we have our 8K terrain here. which I think that was about the same size as the demo scene. Now that I think about it. It might have been a little bit bigger. I can't remember now. So we have our terrain here, and let's just say we got it to where we want, and we're just gonna stamp this. So we'll go right now. I won't spawn any farms or anything like that for the moment. But we'll spawn everything else. Make sure we have some water in there as well. And then let's make sure our sea level is a little high. So we'll go about right there. It's not too bad. That adds a little bit of water there. Do you want to add farms? We'll add farms. Why not? We'll add farms. We'll do. Screw it. We'll just add it all. It might take a little bit to do all of it, but we'll just do it all. So we'll add the water and everything else in here, and then stamp it. So we're doing an 8K terrain with all of our details and stuff in there. And we'll see how long this takes, which is 8:34 right now. So how's everybody doing? That's funny. I'm gonna get my vape. I'm doing pretty good. A little tired, but I'm not doing too bad. Not doing bad at all. Oh yeah. World tilling. Huh, yeah. We do have some fun stuff in the Twitch channel now. So we have points and all that stuff. You guys feel free to use them. Bombard me, whatever. I think everything should be working by now. I'm officially out now. What do you mean you're officially out? You're out of points? And I just want to quickly kind of go over this, so, and kind of explain the process here. So right now it's running through all of our spawners, and it's spawning into this big old world that we've just created. I'm officially out now, so let me check Discord. Oh, nice. Very nice. That's awesome. Congrats. Congrats. So you can see this process here and the hierarchy as it's going through. So right now it's creating the stumps, and then next it's going to do the grass. My cat. There's also a suggestion box too that I've added in. So if there's stuff that you guys want to see, you can add that to the suggestion box. Doesn't Gaia Pro use multi-core to make the world creation go faster? Multi-core. I mean, it adds all this stuff together, and it does it naturally. By scripting. Ant C from YouTube. So like that's kind of what it's doing right now. So it's running through everything, all the processes for you, so you don't have to. Which, like I said, this right now is using that uses the burst compilers now. You might be thinking of Vegetarian Pro that uses the burst compiler now. Gotcha. Yeah. Is that how or Vegetation Studios does it? Multi-core? Or they use the burst compiler? I've never used Vegetation Studios, so I don't know. That's actually one of the assets I want to get now. In the Pro version, it uses the burst compiler. Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's one of the assets I want to pick up next, so we can start playing. I think what I want to do is start doing integration. So kind of showing off some of these tools that you guys have mentioned over Discord and a few other places, and start showing off them working together and stuff like that. Of the ones I do that know that work. Granted, there's so many assets out there. So right now it's doing the dense forest inner layer. So it's doing the trees, I believe. Dense forest inner trees. Also, it might be a little. It should be a little faster for you guys, as long as you're not streaming on 3 platforms. So, take note that I'm also streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So, it's going to be a little slower on my end while we're doing all this. And then once this is complete, then we can take a look into Sector and how it breaks it down, which would make this a lot faster. But it's good to do this first, because then when you sectorize it, everything goes into the correct parts. And take note, because I see this happening too. If you're stuck on something like this for a minute or two, or even 5 minutes, my cat just walked in front of my computer. That doesn't necessarily mean that it is frozen. That means the shaders and the compilers are all working still. So don't be alarmed by that. So I see that mentioned off. Unity crashed. Well, it's technically not Unity crashed. Vegetation Studio Pro new version is based on the new burst jobs. It uses all the cores for generation, culling, LOD, etc. Oh, very nice. Hey, welcome, Recon. What's up, buddy? Good to see you here. And if you guys are wanting the linked Discord, you can now do so as well. Just use the command exclamation PW Discord, and it'll pull up that link so you guys can join our Discord if you're not joined already. Okay, I figured to watch and see what is up and give some support. I appreciate it, Recon. Thanks for coming out, buddy. So yeah, so once this finish up, then we can start to see how this all comes together. That's why I like opening up the demo scenes, because we don't have to wait for this. You can set it up manually too. Creating the sector first before adding in all these details. It's just kind of a pain to do it that way. So we always suggest going this route first. Which hopefully, the constraint that I'm only running at 9%. CPU, so that's not too bad. Try to answer as many questions as possible between all three. Twitch link. Can't see. Yeah. I will post that here as well. This should work. HTTP, yeah. Yep, that's it. Just Night Shadow on Twitch. Check our Facebook. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything. We still have our bundles as well.